All right, welcome back to the show, guys. We got the NFL season slowly approaching, which means the fantasy football season is also slowly approaching. And I don't know about you guys, but it's time to start preparing for the draft if you haven't already. And if you haven't started, all right, you're a little late, okay? On this channel, we build league winners, okay? We don't mess around when it comes to fantasy. It's been like that for a long time. So it's time we start getting serious. So today, go through quarterbacks, okay? Just a general tier ranking from elite, great, safe starts, fringe starters, sleepers, and do not touch. We're just going to go down. We're going to go through about 35 quarterbacks, I think. Mostly just starters, but there's a few QB competitions out there still.
Yep.
Couple guys that might play. We got the situation in Las Vegas. We got the situation in Minnesota, so we'll cover a few backups as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get going. We're gonna start from the top here. Just go alphabetical order through team. We got Jacoby Brissett. What do we think? He was
That's tough.
he was pretty consistent last year, I'd say. He's does not have the most talented team, I would say. However, I do like Marvin Harrison's potential. I mean, obviously Michael Wilson did really good when Harrison was out. I don't know what you think. Right now, I'd put him as a fringe starter, I think.
Yeah, I like
Um,
that, especially just because I think they're going to run the ball a crap ton this year with the running backs they have.
and that's
So I
another
think,
good point. Yeah.
yeah, I think they're going to run it a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
they'll probably be very heavy with Jeremiah Love, I think. I mean, I don't know why you would draft a guy and not,
Use them a
guy in the
lot.
first round and not use him.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, I mean, the thing with him though is, I mean, week 6 through week 15, I mean, 20, 19, 24. I mean, he's really consistent and he was really guaranteed to get you 19 or 20 points.
Hmm.
Um, but he's not going to get you 25 or 30.
Yeah. No, I
Doesn't have a lot of rushing upside. So I think, yeah, I think fringe starter. Um, you
yeah, I
know,
like that.
you're in
I
a
like
pinch,
French start.
QB gets hurt, you're starting Jacoby Brissett. I'll cut those pauses. Um, all right, next up all right, we got two quarterbacks here. Moving on to the Falcons. We got Tua and we got Michael Penix. We'll start with Tua.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not touching either one of these guys.
I'm
I
with you
don't
there.
think.
I mean, I think, I, look, I pay enough attention to the NFL. I mean, I really don't know who's going to start this year. I mean, they're very similar quarterbacks.
Hmm.
I like Penix a little bit more. I really liked him out of college. Liked him at Washington. I still think he's got potential to be really good. He's got one of the best arms in the league. It's just the injury risk is there, and for both of them.
Hmm.
And that's the other thing, right? Even if one of them starts to put up some good numbers, it's not guaranteed either one of these guys is going to play the whole season. So I agree with you there. I would not touch Tua or Michael Penix this year.
Yeah, definitely a lot of injury concerns for
Yeah,
both of them too. So
yeah. Moving on here, we've got Lamar Jackson coming off of probably his most disappointing season so far, plagued by injury, but has been an elite top 5 quarterback for pretty much his whole career. So what do we think right now?
it's tough because they didn't really get anybody this year, did they?
No, and that's the one thing about the Ravens I don't like. Actually,
And
I
they
don't
lost their
like the
coach.
Ravens this year as a team. Fantasy
Yeah.
football aside, I think they're going to disappoint. Um, we're not on wide receivers, but for whatever reason, everyone thinks Zay Flowers is going to be like a top 10, top 15 wide receiver. I don't think he's a great fantasy wide receiver. I don't want to necessarily base Lamar Jackson off of one bad season. His first, he put up good numbers his first 3 weeks of the season.
Hmm.
Week 1 through 3, he put up 29, 26, and 27. Got hurt week 4, was out for 3 weeks. Came back, put up 25, and then the rest of the season was just kind of dog shit from there. A lot of people just think that maybe he wasn't fully healthy. The Ravens were competing for a playoff spot and they needed him.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm willing to still put him in elite category. I think put him at the top. What do you think?
I think I'm gonna go tier two.
You can go tier
Great.
two.
And it's just tough for me because I'm a huge fan of his,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the team's just getting older. They lost their head coach, who I thought was really good. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he should have left. I mean, I get it, he's there for a while, but I mean, your running back's getting older. Derrick Henry's not, yeah, he's not getting any younger. Not the best wide receiver room, in my opinion. Like,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like what you said. I mean, he's still great. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if I'd quite put him in elite, though. I don't know. I think he's borderline.
Yeah. I'd put him in tier two, tier grade. I think you've convinced me. I mean, I think we just don't know. I think he's one of
It's a
those
lot of
guys. He
unknowns.
still can very well be an elite quarterback this year, but I think there's a lot of things pointing towards him not putting up the same numbers that he was during his MVP seasons. Okay.
Yep.
Moving on, we've got Josh Allen.
Oh, tier one.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's safe to say. I mean, I think it's probably a unanimous decision that he's probably going to be the QB1 this year in fantasy.
Hmm.
Just coming off of a phenomenal season. I think he threw for over 4,000.
Yeah.
Almost hit 4,000.
Almost.
36 projected to throw for 4,000 this year. So yeah,
Well, they
I'm
did
with
get him
you.
a little receiver help, so
And I do think, I mean, I'm not like DJ Moore's not like the most amazing wide receiver in the league, but this is the first time I've seen the Bills have like a true wide receiver one. So,
not even just that. I think they kind of throw the ball around to most, like a lot of different players more than other teams too.
hmm
You know what I mean?
they
He
they've
throws
never
it to
had a
everybody.
true identity in terms of
I mean, they
you
had
know,
Diggs for a while, I guess, but even
yeah,
with him, they still had Kincaid at tight end.
yeah,
The, their running back, I don't know why. Oh, Cooks,
hmm
great running game, but I think he's going to have a fantastic year again this
yeah,
year.
yeah. I know he's got a few more. I think this year, next year, still riding with Allen. Hopefully the Bills can figure it out this year. Their window
Yeah,
is closing. So,
yeah.
um, so moving on, we've got Bryce Young.
Ooh, that's tough. I call me crazy. I'd put him at a safe start.
Really?
I mean, I think he's only getting better, if I'm being honest, but I also just don't know if I quite think I could put him in the great category yet. But I
Oh
feel like
no,
he's
no,
gotten
no.
better
I
every
I
year.
I would move him down to tier five. Actually, I put him in maybe a sleeper category.
Really?
Um, the reason being is he's had almost no fantasy relevance his entire career. He's moving on to his fourth season, I believe. However, I think this team's really talented, and the team was really good last year. I think it's going to continue to get better. I actually really like their wide receiver room with McMillan and Cocker, um, Xavier Legette. I really like their room, and I could see him having a breakout season this year, but I think it's a little bit of a wild card.
I will say I think maybe I did overshoot that a little bit.
Yeah,
I would say tier four though. I think he could be a French starter this
a
year. I
fringe
just think
starter.
he's I mean, at least from what I've seen stats wise, he's gotten better every single year.
Okay.
So I mean, um I'm not saying he's gonna like go off this year or anything, but I mean it's not gonna surprise anybody if he's better than last year. And he had a pretty decent year last year. So
I mean, Bryce Young. I mean, I think fringe starter. I think he could be a fringe starter this year. For the most part, not a lot of fantasy relevance last year. He did have week 11 against Atlanta. He put up 31 points, 448 pass yards, 3 touchdowns. The reason I want to go sleeper is because I just I think he's either going to pop off this year or he's gonna have no relevance. Like I don't see a middle ground with him right now.
I could agree with that.
And that's
I
kind
could
of the
agree with
only
that.
reason I want to go sleeper. Um,
Yeah.
like with
I mean,
fringe
this is a
starts, it's like
This is a
I don't
big year
know.
for him in general. So
Yeah.
this is
So
almost like a career defining year for him too, because he's either going to separate himself or
yeah, it's kind of go time for Bryce Young. And to his defense, I mean, he's never had a lot of help. I mean, the Panthers have been terrible pretty much his whole time
yeah,
there. And last year's the first year that the Panthers, I mean, shit, they made the playoffs. So I mean,
yeah,
but I think there's a chance he has a monster year.
yeah,
I think this could be his breakout season, and that's why I want to put him in that sleeper category because
love it.
he's a guy that you're probably going to be able to get off waivers that
Yep,
might win you your league.
yeah.
Um, Caleb Williams.
Go ahead. It's your boy. Talk about him for a minute.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and be really unbiased here, actually. I love Caleb Williams. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. I think he has the potential to be an elite quarterback in this league. The talent's there, the arm strength is there, the arm talent's there, the rushing ability's there. However, the way Ben Johnson runs an offense, it's hard to predict what you're going to get. They're going to be super run heavy one week. He's going to put up 11 points. He's going to have maybe 200 pass yards,
hmm
maybe a touchdown.
Yeah,
Or he's going to run all over the place and put up 30. And you really don't know. And I think it's going to be kind of similar this year. Um, it's a team that, they follow a very advanced game plan, right? They're going to do exactly what they have to do to win that game. Um, and that doesn't to win that game, it doesn't mean Caleb's gonna be throwing the ball everywhere.
yeah,
It might
yeah,
mean that, you know, DeAndre Swift and Kyle Managai both have, 15 touches in a game. So um
yeah.
I'd put him as probably I'd probably put him in tier two.
I like it. I like it.
Um
Yeah.
I think that he has too much upside to be a safe start,
hmm
right? I think he's a guy that you should try and get and start. I think he's a starter for the most part, especially in deeper leagues.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be
But
totally happy if he was my quarterback. So
I also think he's going to be even better this year. I look at him. There's no way he doesn't get better.
hmm
So, but like I said, there's too much inconsistency to consider him elite. I think, but
yeah,
um,
fair. I think it's also too early.
yeah. Now we got Joe Burrow.
Put him in a lead, dude.
Yeah,
He's gonna be healthy this year. Going into the
yeah.
year
Look,
healthy.
missed a lot of time last year, but look, he came back, put up 19, 23, had a shitty game week 15 against Baltimore, and then goes 29, 20, 21. He's going to be an elite quarterback this year. He's got the best wide receiver duo in the league, or at least a top three. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Burrow should be elite this year.
Yep.
Moving on here. Quick pause. So I exited out of my list. So we got Deshaun Watson.
Wow. I am gonna go. I want to be honest. I might get some heat for this. I wouldn't touch him.
I wouldn't touch him either.
He's been out for way too long, and people are failing to forget about how bad he was before he tore his ACL.
Hmm.
He had the Browns stadium booing him
Hmm.
when he got hurt, which awful. But I mean, he was terrible. I mean, I don't think he's ever been really good with the Browns. He was always good with
Yeah,
Houston, but
and it's like, look, they got some young talent. They got Denzel Boston, Casey Concepcion, Jerry Judy. He's
I don't even
okay.
think if it wasn't for his contract, I don't even think he wins the starting job.
Yeah, that's a good point. Um, yeah, I wouldn't touch him either. He's unpredictable. For all we know, he's gonna get handsy with a massage trainer again. So yeah, we don't know. Might as well hit Shador Sanders while we're here because I think this is another quarterback situation where we could see either one of them start a game this year. So
I I mean, I think if he's starting, I think you could put him in the sleeper spot. I really think he could. I I do worry about if he gets the job though, because again, the contract that Watson has, I don't know if they're going to let him just ride the bench with that big of a contract. But if Shador gets the chance, I am really a Shador believer. I mean, I really think he can. I'm not. I don't think he's going to go crazy, but I think he could. surprise a lot of people. Like if there's an injury on your fantasy team late in the year and he's a pickup, I'd be happy with it. I
Okay.
think, yeah, I think he's going to be, I think he's going to shock a lot of people this year, even you.
All right. You know what? I will, for your sake, I'll put him in the sleeper. I think he's probably a do not touch as well. I don't think you're wrong in the sense he could be very good in this league one day, and it might not be with the Browns. We had this conversation I think a few
Yeah,
weeks ago with Dame. Um, there's a good chance he's a top quarterback in the league one day. But I don't think it's next year at all. But you know what? To your point, I mean, if he gets a shot, he could put up some numbers. And if you're late in the season and you're in a 12-man league, and you got a couple injuries, I mean, shit,
yeah,
might be able to get 26 points out of him as a starter. So,
you never know. Yeah.
um, moving on, we got Dak Prescott.
Gosh, that's tough for me. I mean, it's got to be a leader grade with how his stats he put up last year. He's
I'm
got
with you
two number
there.
one guys. I mean, debatably the best wide receiver duo in the league, if not top three for sure. I mean, that's tough.
He was really good last year. And for whatever reason, people don't seem to like him too much this year. He's kind of ESPN has him listed as like a fringe QB1. I thought he was a pretty clear QB1 last year. Obviously there's a couple dud games in here, but everyone has him. But I mean, for the most part, he was a pretty safe 20-point plus guy. He's gonna throw the ball a lot. He's gonna throw touchdowns. Um, I don't know if I put him in elite though. I think I'd put him in a
Yeah.
tier two.
Yep.
He should be a starter for a team in almost everyone's league. Um, yeah, I'm gonna put him in tier two.
I love it. I think that's a perfect spot for him. Just because I think the elite is a little much.
Yeah,
I don't think he's quite there. Love Dak Prescott though. I think he gets
yeah,
way too much hate.
big fan of him.
Yeah.
Now we've got Bo Nix.
Oh
I'll
shoot.
let you take this one.
Um, I'm honestly debating it between great and safe starts just because I really like your point about Caleb and how they run the offense. And if anybody knows Sean Payton, he's even worse than Ben
Yeah,
Johnson.
you kind of don't know what you're gonna get out of him.
Yeah, one week he throws three touchdowns. The next week, Dobbins is going to run two in, and that's enough to win. So, I mean, I'm going to go with safe start
Yeah, I'm with
because
you there. He's a safe start.
yeah,
To
yeah,
and to kind of add on, I think I see Bo Nix a lot with fantasy teams where they alternate quarterbacks. Right? Like Josh
uh-huh,
Allen's a guy that if you have Josh Allen, you're going to start him every single week. Bo Nix is kind of like if you have Bo Nix and Caleb Williams on your team, you're alternating and you're looking at the matchups, you're looking at who they're playing, you're looking at the weather, and you're trying to get an idea of how Sean and Ben are going to run their offense that week, and you're going to decide who to start. And I think you see Bo Nix on a lot of teams like that where they have quarterbacks who are going to be elite for certain matchups. But I think for the most part, I think Bo Nix is going to be really safe this year. Their wide receiver room is really good. Might be one of the
yeah.
best in the league, honestly.
It's also tough for me because Davis Webb is calling the plays now
Hmm.
fully. Like it's the playbook is his now,
Yeah.
but the receiver room is a lot deeper this year. So is the tight end room and the running back room. So it's I could see them run the ball a lot too. Some games, I think they will. I
I mean,
think
it's
there's going to be
interesting.
some
I mean,
games.
1 through 5, I mean, all of these receivers are relevant. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Like, this is a really good wide receiver room, all the way down to Marvin Mims, who's at the bottom of the depth chart right now.
yeah. I mean, I
Troy
don't even
Franklin,
know
I mean,
who your wide receiver three would be at that point because it's. I mean, I
it's
guess
going
it'd
to
probably
be,
be
yeah,
Franklin,
yeah,
maybe Bryant, but I mean,
yeah,
either way, I mean, getting Waddle in there for her Bo is going to be huge because
yeah.
it's also going to open up Cortland Sutton for even
Hmm.
more plays now.
Yeah. Um,
But
we can talk
yeah,
more about that wide receiver room next week for wide
yeah,
receivers, because that's gonna be fun to talk about. Next up, we got Jared Goff. I'm leaning towards probably maybe a safe start here, maybe even fringe.
mhm,
There's not a ton of upside with him. He doesn't run the ball.
Yeah.
He's very similar to Matthew Stafford, very pass heavy, pocket quarterback.
Hmm.
It's just the difference between the Lions and the Rams is that the Lions run the ball a lot more.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford, you're going to get out of Matthew Stafford. You're probably going to get 20 points out of him.
Yeah.
Jared Goff, you don't know because the game might be all Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Um, so
Yep.
I'd go Fringe start actually. I think with Jared Goff.
Yeah. That works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Next we've got Jordan Love,
Oh
and
man.
right now I'm kind of same boat here. I think he's either a safe starter or fringe start. I'm also going to lean more towards him being a fringe starter, I think.
Yeah. I think that's a good spot for him.
Um,
I agree.
3,300 pass yards last year, 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He's projected to throw for 4,025 touchdowns. Um, but you lose Dobbs. Um, their wide receiver room's a little less deep, I'd say. Um,
Yeah.
for the most part, I mean, he's got a couple good weeks in here. Yeah, I'm gonna go fringe start, I think, for
Yeah. I
him.
think that's a perfect place for him.
Next we've got CJ Shroud. Um, might be another fringe start in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
he had a couple elite years, I'd say. Um, I do like his wide receivers. In fact, I actually like Jaden Higgins. I think could be a league winner. Especially if
Yeah.
Nico Collins gets another concussion. Um,
I think French
but,
start is good for him though.
but at the same time, I mean that playoff performance last year. I mean, we had a whole episode about how shitty CJ Stroud was in that playoff start. So
This is literally definition of career year for him. Like he
yeah,
has to do well this year because if
I
not,
think so too.
Houston will move on. I think.
Um, yeah, French starter. So next we've got Daniel Jones. Um,
Gosh, because he had such a good year last
he had
year.
a great year last year. You do lose Michael Pittman. But I really believe in Alec Pierce. In fact,
Hmm.
Alec Pierce at wide receiver 1, I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. I have him as a sleeper. I think he could win you your league. Josh Downs is going to be really good. I'm going to go safe start for Daniel
Yep.
Jones. I
Yep.
think he's a very safe starter to have. Don't necessarily know if we can put him in that great tier or elite tier yet, but definitely
Yeah.
a safe start.
Yeah.
Um,
I like that.
next we've got Trevor Lawrence.
I would say safe start. What do you think? Just because I
I
think,
think Trevor Lawrence is going to be elite this year.
whoa.
I really do.
I mean, I think I'd be fine with putting him in great. I don't know if I'd quite put him in elite yet, just because I don't think they're going to be as good this year as a team. I don't think their running games can be. They lost ETN,
I
right?
think I think Brayshaw Tutton is going to be really freaking good. I think Tutton's going to put up numbers this year. I have him as a sleeper running back. I actually think their wide receiver room's not that bad. I mean, Jacoby Myers is very consistent. Even with the rate, I mean, the fact that Jacoby Myers was like a consistent receiver with the Raiders, right? I
Yeah,
mean, he had 1,000-yard season when like Aiden O'Connell was their quarterback, Brian Thomas Jr. I know he had a terrible season last year.
I think he
Um,
bounces back for
but I
sure.
don't yeah, I think he could bounce back. I love Parker Washington. I mean,
I'll
Trevor
tell you what.
Lawrence was damn near elite last year. I mean, he had a few duds in there, but I mean, he put up some numbers last year. You don't want to settle
I'd
with
probably put
great.
him at great. Yeah.
Okay,
I think it's a
I think
big
that's
year for
fair.
him too, though, because if he goes crazy again this year, he is up there with the big guys for me.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a big Trevor year. I really do, and he was kind of he didn't get a lot of starts because he going into the season, people I don't think.
I saw him on the free agency wire a lot.
Yeah, so we'll see. But I
Yeah,
mean, honestly, I think a lot of people putting him in tier two. Even that could be a hot take, but I'm a big believer in
yeah,
him this year.
yeah.
Probably the biggest wild card of the year. We've got Patrick Mahomes.
I'm gonna get some heat for this. This might be a clip here for you. I'm gonna get some heat for this. I'm gonna put him at fringe starters. I think this injury is gonna affect him a lot more than people are letting on. Travis Kelsey damn near should be in a retirement home. His receiver room is not good. I really will stand by that. I don't think it's good. I don't think their offensive line was that great last year, if I remember right.
Mm-mm.
And I don't think they improved it much. Their
Yeah,
defense is going to be awful this year. I mean, I just don't. I don't think. I think that injury is going to be a big concern for me. So I'm going to go tier four French.
that's a big fall off because the thing
Yeah,
is Patrick Mahomes has been an elite quarterback
I wouldn't go any
his
higher than a
whole
safe
career.
start this year, just because of the injury. That is a massive injury for a guy that has to. He gets a lot of fantasy points when he takes off and run, and I don't think it's going to be. He might not be doing that as much this year, to be honest with you. I really think it's going to shock a lot of people.
What about putting him in the sleeper category? Because
I'd be down for that.
I think to your point, he's a big wild card. We don't know
Hmm.
what it's going to look like when he returns. We really don't.
I mean, he could
Not just
easily
him
take
as a
off.
player, but we don't know what the Chiefs are going to look like this year. The whole
Yeah.
team's a wild card this year.
Hmm.
Um, but
I'd be down for sleepers.
we know what his potential is.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think he's a guy that could be overlooked in a lot of leagues because of the injury, because we don't know how the Chiefs are going to be. But if he does return to play, like he really can, and the Chiefs do end up being good, he's going to be an elite quarterback. So
Hmm.
he might even be a sleeper this year, I think.
I'd put, yep, that's a good spot for him.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, Kirk Cousins.
That's tough.
I wouldn't touch Kirk Cousins.
I think I agree because he was not good last year.
I wouldn't have touched him last year, even when he was starting. Um, yeah,
My worry there
um,
is he had better weapons last year and he did awful.
yeah. I also don't think I think there's a chance that he only starts for the first few weeks,
Yeah,
which leads me to the next quarterback here, which is Fernando Mendoza. Um,
I would say sleeper because
I don't
I just,
know.
it's too early to tell for him.
I don't even know if I put him as a sleeper yet.
You would say
I
don't
think,
touch him for his rookie year.
yeah, I think as of right now, I would say don't worry about Mendoza
Yeah, his rookie year, don't
because
touch
I
him.
think,
It's going to
and
be a
we could be,
growing year for them.
and this is
So,
coming from a Raiders fan, and a Raiders fan who's optimistic about the season and who thinks Mendoza is our franchise quarterback. And I think we will win a Super Bowl with Fernando Mendoza. But I just look at the team this year, and even if our team's better,
yeah.
if Fernando Mendoza does win the job, it's not going to be after the first, 3 or 4 weeks, I think. And I also think if the Raiders enter the season and we don't play well, there's no reason to throw Mendoza out there yet. Like, if the team's going to be bad again, we might as well just be bad with Kirk Cousins and just let Fernando Mendoza just learn.
And I think they could use a few more weapons. Maybe not
Yeah,
like right away, but maybe that's like a next offseason thing.
yeah.
But I
Um,
think if they got more weapons, I'd probably throw them up a little bit higher.
yeah. So yeah, I think for now, we can, we'll do this again, obviously before the season starts. and we'll obviously be updating throughout the season. But I think for now, I wouldn't worry about
Yeah, I like it.
rostering Mendoza.
I like it.
Next, we've got Matthew Stafford.
Great,
Yeah, you don't think
because
there's
I
enough to
think
put him in the elite category?
this might be a hot take. I don't know if he's going to be as good as last year. Don't get me now. Before I say this, I know that's a hot take. I think he's going to go insane again this year. I don't know if he's going to put up the exact as good of numbers as he did this last year. He's still going to be amazing. Don't I mean he's going to win a playoff game or two. But I don't. He had such a good year last year, dude. I mean, I'm a huge fan of his. I mean, I could convince myself to throw him in elite. I wouldn't go any lower than great though. And they
Okay.
also have a pretty solid running
You
game
know,
too.
I
So
was thinking about this a lot before we got on. I think putting him in tier 2 is smart because even last year,
mhm.
he's completely dependent on passing yards and touchdowns. He's not going to run the ball. Um, I mean, he's got a pretty small window, right? He's going to put up somewhere between 13 and 25. So he's a consistent 20-point quarterback. He put up
Mhm.
30 in a few games.
Yeah.
Um, but that's like he's got to throw for 400 yards and 3
Yeah.
touchdowns if he's going to put up 30. So, put him in
Yeah.
great. I mean, I'd roster him though. I'd start him.
Yeah.
But he's also another guy where you look at the matchup. Moving
Mhm.
on, we have Malik Willis.
I wouldn't touch him. I think we can all agree on that. Really?
I'd be willing to put him in as a sleeper.
I just think he's got no weapons.
I know. So,
I
I
think
think
this
Malik
team,
Washington is really good, actually. I don't know enough
yeah,
about the rest of these receivers. I, it's tough with him because we have a really small sample size, but for me, it's hard to forget that game last year against the Ravens where he threw for like 300 and something, or it was like 300 yards. He had a passing touch. He put up
yeah.
like 30 points in that game,
It's
and
also
he
a
got
way better
paid.
team though.
He got paid. And that tells me that I'm not a football expert. I don't know necessarily what these guys look at when they're drafting and when they're signing people. Um, I think he could be a sleeper this year. I really do.
My only problem with that is the Dolphins also paid Tua, who in my opinion is probably one of the worst quarterbacks in football right now. I mean,
True.
I think I just worry about the lack of weapons,
Mm-hmm.
and that team is just a kind of a disaster right now. So
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill's gone, Waddle's gone. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they have a chain at running back is great.
Head coach is gone.
Head coach is gone. The team
Yeah,
is,
you know what? You convinced me. I think Willis is a do not touch. Okay, here we go. Kyler Murray.
I'd say, a sleeper.
I 100% think Kyler Murray is a sleeper. He had a terrible season last year. He got injured, but we forget he went his first like 6 years in the league. He was a top 10, top 12 quarterback,
Hmm.
and he had a couple seasons where he was potentially elite. So
And this is the perfect team for him to be playing for.
this is another team. He also has one of the best wide receiving rooms. I love Juwan Jennings. It's a great ad for them.
And a great
He's
coach.
great coach. It's a Juwan Jennings is a great improvement from Naylor, who was her previous wide receiver 3. So I think that wide receiver room got better. So yeah, I think he's a huge sleeper. He's not going to go high. I think people are going to draft him though. I think we're going to see him go in some late rounds this year. Um,
He's going to win a lot of people some big games too.
yeah, because I don't think JJ's got a shot.
No.
Which if we want to throw in JJ, I don't think I touch JJ McCarthy, even if he wins the
Yep.
job, which he won't.
Yeah.
Um, that guy's a mess, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's
Stay
just a
away
mess.
from
He's a
him.
mental basket case on the field. So okay,
Yeah.
I like that. Drake May.
Yeah. um,
He was elite last year. I know you think that the Patriots might digress a little bit this year.
he did get um AJ Brown though.
Yeah, because I'd argue the other way. I mean, like I said, coming off the season, I kind of saw your argument with the Patriots digressing a little bit, but they got better offensively.
Yeah, I think their schedule's a lot tougher though. I'm honestly, I'd
That
probably put
doesn't
him
mean
at
he doesn't
safe
put up
starts.
numbers though. Safe
I
start?
Yeah, just because look, he played a lot easier teams last year. Um, I believe when I looked at their schedule, they're playing a lot better defenses. I mean, I do got to give credit where credit is due. He won all the big games that he needed to. I mean, I could see great. I just wouldn't throw him an elite. I would not throw him an elite. He's
We
not
only
an
have
elite quarterback to me.
we've been really tough. We only have two elite quarterbacks right
I don't
now.
think there's that many like elite. That's just supposed to be a small list. I feel like. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't think there's more than three
I
or
don't think
four
you could
elite
put him lower
quarterbacks.
than great.
I'd be fine with great. I wouldn't throw him in the lead. There's no way. No way. Overrated. Overrated. Okay.
I don't agree with you, but
Knicks
whatever.
is better. I'm gonna say Knicks is better. For me, it's Knicks and Caleb Williams in that draft class that are the best. I mean, maybe Jaden Daniels if he's healthy. I mean, we'll get to
All
him
right,
in a minute, but
all right. Moving on, we've got Tyler Shuck.
I like him. I like him a
Yeah.
lot.
Um, man, I
Would
was
you?
gonna put him in sleeper. Um,
Yeah,
because I mean, it's a little confusing because it's like tier 5, but like sleeper is like
they could go off.
they could go off, right? Because I think he's better than a safe start. He's not a fringe starter. I mean, I think like I'm in the snag Tyler Shuck this year.
I'd put him as like my backup. Like if I had somebody
Yeah.
like in tier one or tier two, he and I sat him on my bench, I'd be more than happy.
Yeah. I mean, I think he could potentially be a top 10 fantasy quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean, the team
I
got
could see it.
better. I love Jordan Tyson. I think he's going to go off this year. He's a guy I think you should try and pick up. Chris Olave
Hmm. If
might
he's
be a
healthy, he's
top
good.
10. He's really good season last year. Just continued to get better every single week. You add Travis Etienne. He's great on the
Yeah,
ground, and he's going to add receiving upside.
yeah, I
Yeah,
like
I
it.
think Tyler Shuck's a huge sleeper this year. I think he could win
Hmm.
to a lot of people in their leagues. Moving on, we got Jackson Dart.
I'm gonna go with the Fringe starter.
Ooh, really?
I could also throw him in sleepers though, because I could see him going off this year. I could see him totally breaking out. He's got his. I mean, you could debate it could be the best head coach he's ever had in his life with Harbaugh.
ESPN says mid-range QB1 with a high ceiling. Projected 3,600 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Obviously got hurt last year, but in the games he played, um,
It's got to be French starter or sleeper, right?
he's better than Fringe. Um,
I don't think I'd throw him in a safe start yet, though. I just,
he's not a safe starter. He's not.
I'd say a
He's not
sleeper.
safe.
I'd say a sleeper because I think he could go crazy this year.
Okay.
I think he
I think
really
what I'm gonna
could.
do is I'm gonna move sleeper ahead of Fringe starters.
In between safe and fringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Um,
That's good.
but learning as we're recording, guys. Next we got Geno Smith. That's pretty easy.
Obviously,
Um,
elite.
yeah. Moving on, we have Jalen Hurts. Don't love the. So if this was not fantasy related, if we're just talking about in general, I still think he's a top 15 quarterback. Great completion percentage last year. The offense was a little bit of a mess, but they moved on from their OC. I think they're going to be a little bit better.
mm,
In terms of game plan, I think Mekhi Lemon's going to be really good. I'd put him at safe start. I don't think he's going to be
I'd be
elite
good with
this
him.
year, but I think he's a good safe start. He's got a
I'm
high
really
ceiling.
interested. I'm interested to see how losing AJ Brown really affects them.
It could improve the team for all we know.
Yeah, it could. I
There's
could
a
see
lot of
that.
issues in the locker room.
Yeah.
Next we got Aaron Rodgers. Fantasy-wise, I wouldn't touch Aaron Rodgers this year.
Yeah.
Love the
hmm
guy. Obviously, I think not fantasy related. He's still a top quarterback in
If
the league, but
if I had to
um,
pick anybody on the do not touch list as of right now, though, I'd probably take him.
yeah,
If
I
I
mean,
had like
he's
some
like a.
quarterback injuries,
You could argue he's a fringe starter, but you gotta your team's got to be a disaster,
like
and
both
you
your
got to be in a
quarterbacks got to
12
be
man
hurt.
to kind of worry about
Yeah,
starting Aaron Rodgers. But I think
yeah,
for now, I wouldn't touch him. Most 10
yeah.
mans, there's plenty of quarterbacks to start over Aaron Rodgers.
hmm
Next we've got Brock Purdy. Um,
I'm
I
really
wouldn't
interested to
say
see your
any
take on
lower
this.
than safe start. Um, this is tough because a lot of people want to say he's elite, and he might be elite in
He might be
general.
this year with his weapons this year.
I think he could be elite this year. Actually, yeah.
I'm a huge Purdy fan.
Their wide
I'm also
receiver
fine
room
with
looks
throwing
really
him.
good.
I'm also fine with throwing him in grade though. I could understand that. Like I could that's a reasonable. Um,
I, I want to
that's
throw him in
tough.
elite. I think there's a good chance Brock Purdy ends up being an elite quarterback this year.
Yeah, I love Brock Purdy, so I'm not
I'm
gonna say
willing to
no.
take a little bit of a gamble here on this list. Um, Throwing in a hot take. I think Purdy is going to be elite. We got Sam Darnold. I'd go safe start with Darnold.
hmm Yeah,
The team runs the ball a lot. They run the ball a lot. You could even argue fringe starter for him, I think. Um, but I mean, I think he's a little better than French.
yeah, yeah.
Um, just looking here, I mean, ESPN's got him ranked pretty low. Um,
I think he's
just
got to have another good year.
looking at his game log last year. I mean, there's a lot of really low point games.
I could convince myself to put him in fringe.
Yeah, I think he's a fringe starter. I like him a lot better than he's not do not touch. He's not a safe start. It's not
hmm
safe to start him. It's not.
Yep, yep.
So I think fringe
I
is
agree.
good. We got Baker Mayfield.
Would you go
Probably,
safe?
yeah, probably somewhere between safe and fringe. Um,
I think safe would be good.
Definitely
I
in competitive 10-man leagues and 12-man leagues. I mean, he's definitely a safe start, I think. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I like safe start for him. Um, Hang on, my cursor disappeared. Okay. Cam Ward.
Mm,
I'd be willing to put him as a sleeper this year.
yeah, yeah. It's a good place
You
for him.
know, I breakout season, I don't know. I like their head coach. They did a good job in the offseason. At least
hmm
for wide receivers. I like Carnell Tate and drafting him. I like Wandale. That's going to drop Calvin Ridley down the depth chart. He's getting a little older, hasn't really been great. I think he could be a sleeper because nobody's going to draft him. Nobody's
hmm
going to pick him this year. He had a terrible season last year, terrible rookie year. The team was a mess. But there's a good chance that somebody in a 12-man is going to snag him off waivers, you know, right after the draft, and Cam Ward ends up hopping off this year.
I could see
So
that.
I think he could be a sleeper.
hmm
I wouldn't draft him. I don't think you'll need to because he'll be off
Yeah,
waivers. But
yeah.
so here we go. Last quarterback, we got Jaden Daniels.
That's tough. Because if he's healthy,
If he's healthy, he's elite. And I kind of want to give him the benefit of the doubt here.
I
Okay.
gotta say, I gotta go great. I think just because I mean, I that's tough. That's the thing is, I could easily see him being elite, but the injury concerns scare me.
He's a big
And I,
gamble. It's a big gamble with him. But if he's healthy, he's going to be an elite quarterback this year. And that's why I think we got to put him in
Yeah.
elite. I think we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Say he's going to be healthy. I know they lost Debo, but I think there's some underrated receivers on this team. Like I feel like just last year just left such a bad taste in everybody's mouth that it's easy to forget what this team did 2 years ago.
I totally agree. Yeah.
So
If
I'm
he's
willing to
healthy,
give
he's
him the
going to
benefit of the
dominate.
doubt here. We don't have a lot of people in the elite list. Let's put him.
Did we do Herbert?
Do we miss Justin?
I think we did.
Um,
That's tough too. Shit. Would you put him in safe starting?
I think he's a safe start. I don't think he's a. I don't think in real life he's a top 10 quarterback,
Yeah,
but just in terms of fantasy, I
he's
think he's a
great.
safe start.
He's safe. Yeah, he's safe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. All right.
that's
I
a good
mean,
list.
that looks good. You could definitely argue Lamar being elite, but I think there's a little uncertainty there. Caleb Williams, I think he's gonna be great this year. Could be elite at some point. Yeah, I like it.
That's a good list, I think.
Definitely Purdy, probably our hottest take there, putting him at elite. I know there's a lot of you ask a 49ers fan, yeah, he's gonna be elite this year. But
Yeah,
I think he's got just enough running ability that he can run for a touchdown or two. He's
he's
got a
got the
great
best
wide
weapons he's ever
receiver.
had.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up. That went really long.
Yeah,
Um, so maybe we'll split this up into 2 parts. I don't know. We'll think of something.
yeah.
Alrighty.
We'll figure it out.
Well, that's gonna wrap it up for this week's episode. So, thanks, guys.